Hello, welcome to the channel. So, a little bit more of an update on the Austrian army for the event at Boards and Swords, and it's slowed down a little bit over the last couple of weeks or so. Well, because I'm back at work now, so I haven't got as much time to paint, although I'm trying to put in the hours as much as I can. So now, moved on to the cavalry. So, you know, I've got about 5 infantry battalions now. I've got 2 cannons and need some cavalry. So, been painting these guys up. So these are Cuirassiers, so Austrian Cuirassiers. And I had a bit of a listen to the Napoleonic Wargamers channel, and he was talking about how the heavier units, the more kind of prestigious units, had black horses, because they consider black horses, I think, to be brave and noble, and they avoided dappled horses or horses with white socks, or any socks at all, or any kinds of markings. So just a kind of plain black horse. So what I've gone with a colour called Cygor Brown for my horses, because this is a contrast paint from Games Workshop. So Cygor Brown looks really good. I think it's almost black. But as I've noticed in the past, I've got a black cat, and when he kind of sits in the sun, you can see he's through his fur. The sun shines on his fur, and it's not black. It's a very, very dark brown, but together it looks black. And this is kind of where I've gone with Cygor Brown, a very, very dark brown, which looks almost black, but it gives a little bit more texture to the body of the horse, the muscles and the body of the horse. Okay, so I hope you can see that a little bit more. So all these horses, they're all Perries. I'll show you some of the Perries that I've got at the moment. I did have a little bit of problem fitting them together. I had a few gaps at the back, which have annoyed me a little bit. And you know, the front of the head is separate from the neck, and that was a bit unusual. I've never come across that before. And I've never painted any Napoleonic horses, as you know. I've not painted any Napoleonics until about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so this is where I started. So I try to give them a kind of range of different poses. So go with his sabre up, another one with his sabre sticking out, charging, and I quite like the job I've done on them. And I'm not 100% sure they would have had sort of gunmetal cuirasses. I think maybe that might have been black, but the other colours seem to be correct. So I think I've done okay with these. Okay, I've given them the helmets with the much thicker plumage, with the feather. You know, I don't know if it's feathers or not on top, but it's much thicker when you get to 1809 and later. So I've given them the later version. Okay, so I'm not really playing this sort of late 1800s, late 18th century, 1798 to 1805 kind of thing. I'd rather play it slightly later with these Austrians. Okay, so going with a later look. So yeah, so far I've done 6, and out of a box of 12, and 6 is a small regiment in black powder. And so, you know, if I want to go up to 12, probably that's 9, I think, is a standard regiment, 12 a large regiment. So I'm kind of building them up. So, you know, so small steps at the minute, just going with 6 to start with. I'm going to paint the next 6, and I'll probably do them in groups of 6, actually. Seems to work that way. So yeah, some Cuirassiers. So the first box is Cuirassiers, and then I've got a couple more boxes as well. So I've got 3 boxes altogether. So the next box is going to be Dragoons. Okay, so Dragoons, light Dragoons, and then heavy Dragoons, or the what do they call them? Still learning here. The Chevalier, yeah, the Chevalier. Okay, so I think the Chevalier are basically dragoons, aren't they? It's another word for dragoons. Okay, so I've got two. Let me just show you my collection of future stuff. So, one box, two boxes. So one will be heavy dragoons, next one will be light dragoons. So do those, get those done, and then moving on to the these boys, the hussars. Now I'm really looking forward to painting these. Seriously, okay. The hussars, of course, were originally from Hungary. The Hungarian hussars, they are the OGs, the original gangsters, as it were. Okay, so you know, I'm looking forward to painting these guys up, and they will be quite interesting as well. So yeah, hussars, light dragoons, heavy dragoons, Cuirassiers, probably 12 of each to get onto the battlefield. And that's where we are at the moment with the cavalry. So, like I say, not really made huge progress over the last couple of weeks. So, apologies if you're expecting leaps and bounds. I'm not painting as fast as I was. I'm also getting into exam period at work. As a teacher, I've got a lot of stuff to do. So work-wise, it's going to be very busy, and hopefully I can get a bit of work in on painting over half term, which is coming up in about 4 weeks' time. And then I've got to get my list into Tim, ready for his do at Boards and Swords in June. And then I think it's about the 21st, 22nd of June, something like that. It's about the third weekend in June when that event is on, so I've really got to get things together. And I think Tim has put in his PDF, in his pack, he's okay with people bringing along unpainted minis, but I just can't do that. I can't do unpainted, I'm afraid. So I am certainly going to try and get everything done at an absolute push. If I'm really am short of time, I'll probably prime them, but if I prime them, they'll all be white, so that's going to be okay for an Austrian army, isn't it? But I really, really, really don't want to take any unpainted minis along. I want a beautiful Austrian army on the battlefield. Okay. Okay, guys, so thanks for watching, and very, very short update, but I will update you soon with the next 6, and what I'll try and do, I'll try and finish the whole box and then move on to the Chevalier. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye.